think of you as like so confident, like way more confident than me. Like, it's funny. I think of you as way more confident.
But that's when we're doing things as a group.
No, but yeah, I guess so, because I don't see you when you're on your own, because that's
what I mean.
I'll
in
be
a
with
group
you.
setting, I guess I feel like I'm different on my own to how I am in a group.
The
group gives me confidence.
Yeah, no, but that makes sense.
I don't know.
Makes sense, because you're with people who you feel comfortable around to give you confidence. But it's just so funny because, and I think all the girls would say this, that you're probably the most confident out of all. We would think you're. I've never had this conversation, or I don't think I have. But without even saying, I think we'd all say, like, out of like me, Chelsea, me, Lemmy, Carly, and Bex, all the girls here, we would say by far the most confident and by far the easiest to get on with people. Like, I remember me and Carly saying actually ages ago, we went to Banff. So I just got here and we started chatting about you one night. Like, we're just out and drinking, we're just talking, and I don't know how you came up. We're just saying how great, we're just talking good things. We're like, I'm excited to see you and stuff. And I remember me and Carly had a conversation, and we were just saying like how amazing you are with people, and how like you get on with people, and like we had this whole conversation. But ironically, the same night we also had like a real heart to heart about our insecurities and how we feel and stuff. And it was really funny because neither of us knew that we had the similar sort of insecurities at the time. Like, it's just stuff about like yeah, just like feeling like you don't, like you're not interesting, or like feeling like, I don't know, like people don't like you as much, whatever. But we were talking just the complete opposite about you. We were just saying like we think you yeah, just so confident and just get on, like you're just like, you just got away with people. And like, whereas like I feel like I do always make like a real effort, and I'm always excited to meet people, and I have always something to say, and I won't let it be awkward and whatever. But I don't necessarily think it's necessarily like, I think you make people laugh like really easily, whereas I don't think I make people laugh. Like, I haven't got the funny side to me.
Like, you really do make people laugh.
Yeah, but then that's funny, because I don't think I'm not funny at all. Like, I always think like, or like I'm just stupid and people laugh at me. Not laugh at me, but like as in I'm not funny because I mean to be, whereas you'll like crack a joke, or like you'll say something witty. Whereas I don't do that. Like, I might try to be, but it doesn't normally work, and like whatever.
But that's funny because it doesn't work.
I know, but I think that's why it's just funny, because I think like the way you seem to us is that you are very I know that you have a side that isn't, but when you're meeting people and everything, you seem very confident, and like, yeah, you just, I don't know, like you need to get on with people unless you really don't like them, and then they know. Then they know. Then they know.
Then they know. They are aware.
Yeah, people are very aware.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That was perfect. I'm so glad you brought that up, because that's what I was wondering. It's like, what are your friends and people really know you? How do they see you? Because I would think that an extroverted person and an ESFJ, like, again, they come in and they're like, hello, you know, like they're.
Didn't you say that was a personality trait that we think? Oh, I can't remember how you worded it. But that trait is that we think that, like, not that the world owes us a favour, but we're here and we're like the best. Do you remember? I can't remember how you
it's almost like because you live your life like correctly or whatever, and you do the right things or something.
Or something along those lines.
So then you have the confidence.
How you worded it.
So then you have this, you exude the confidence, because
it's
you
like,
know that.
Do you remember?
Because you're confident,
No, I
because
do.
you know that you do things right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you're more. What did I said? The SJs, they built a lot of the world, and they're in it, and they're doing it, and so it's it can be. I mean, of course, there are a million things that can be problems for people in different circumstances that go way beyond this model, but. In general, the SJs, like they know what they're supposed to do. They're in tune, at least in tune with the mainstream, and they're like kind of devise it in large part. And they're kind of, from what I gather, their stance toward the rest. That other 25 is like, what? Like, why don't you get it? What's going on there?
Yeah.
Which they may or may not say, depending on the situation. But like they have a reason to be confident. But the other thing about ESFJ, though, is just they're being so attuned to people and their needs and harmony, like actually needing to create harmony, needing to fix it. And that was something that made me start to think about ESFJ for you when you first got here, when we were talking, because you said you two were talking about something, I don't know, I guess about how you are. And there's some mention of like when someone has a breakup and you immediately went, and then you have to fix it. And I went, oh, that's so, like, that sounds like a very possibly an ESFJ thing to do, because that would be something any of them would like to do. I think my grandmother was an ESTJ, and she had, at her funeral, I met a very good dear old friend of hers. And I heard that something she had done, a little story about my grandma from this old friend of hers, was just that's what she suggested to do. And her friend there had been some terrible thing that had happened in her life, and she was really down in the dumps and whatever. And my grandma was like, we're going out, like, we'd come over and get her.
Yeah.
We're getting her hair done, and we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And like, take care of people in this very active way, in a very, like, concrete, practical, caring, stylish, with flair, warm kind of way.
I come across like that in groups. That I want it to be no awkwardness, and just to make it so I'm going to be the centre of attention, so no one else feels awkward about stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Is
why.
that like, yeah, I feel like
know.
that's almost like, it's not
know,
quite
it's
conscious, but maybe that's what you're doing.
I don't know, maybe.
Do you know what I was just thinking about? So, you know, when we got books, so it was really funny. We got, you know, you are definitely a fixer, solver. Like, when something goes wrong, like, how we're going to do, what we're going to do to fix it. Well, I was going to say, when we got drunk the other day and I lost the gem, this is really funny. We had a little mini fallout. I lost a gem on my jumper, and I had
losing her shit about it. Like, I've never known anyone.
No, what happened was, it wasn't even the gem. I was really drunk. It wasn't. The reason I was upset was because I told the girl I had her bag, and then because we had this exact, like, almost the exact same bag, I then had this gem and I'd put it somewhere, and I was so drunk I couldn't remember. So I was rifling through her bag.
She'd had everything out on the table,
I
literally going through her stuff.
So devastated. Because I was so embarrassed that we really got on with these girls, and it was the most innocent of things, but I felt like it looked so bad, and I was so upset. I was like, why did I have to look at it? Anyway, so I was really upset, and I was really drunk, so just being like being a twat anyway. But I was like so upset, because I was like, she's just gonna, like, I just look so bad, and like, and then Chelsea's like, well, why are you looking for this gem anyway? I'm like, like that. Anyway, and next thing you know, she's like, right, do you want to go home? And I was like, what? Like, and then we had this thing where, because I was like, I felt then pressured. I was like, well, why do we have to, like, why? I felt like she got in a mood with me, and she was like, right, do we have to go home? But this was your way of being like
managing it.
Managing
for the
it.
good.
To me,
for the good of the group.
Yeah, for the group. But to me, I was just like, like, why are you making me, like, why do I have to go home now? I'm upset right now. Can we not just, like, give me 10 minutes? Yeah, like, give me 10 minutes. I don't want to have to, like, I don't want to feel pressured into making a decision right now, because, like, I don't know if I want to go home. That's not what I was thinking about. I was just upset. Like, I was upset about what was happening. It was so silly. Anyway, and then we laughed about it, obviously, afterwards. It was just, like, ridiculous. Like, after, like, she sat at the bar. I was like, I'm
going to give you some time.
And then I didn't know where she was. And then I was like, Mum, where's my friend? And he was like, she's at the bar. I was like, oh. She's at the bar?
And I came back. She was like, where have you been? I was like, I've been sat at the bar. She's like, I didn't even look at my phone whilst you were away. I was like, what friend
45 minutes. She still says I'm on my phone. So I was like, it's 45 minutes, and I'm sitting here staring at a window, waiting for her to come
because I could see her. I was like, she's still there. She's fine.
Yeah. And then I was like, and then she was like, well, I just didn't want to pressure you because you said I was pressuring you. And I was like, well, no, I stopped saying it. It was really funny. And we had a good laugh about it. But it's interesting because that was your way of probably trying to fix it. But to me, I was like, no, like, I don't want to decide. I don't want to go home. I'm just upset. Like, let me be upset for 5 minutes. Like, because this girl walked in and it was really bloody awful, and I'm really embarrassed about it. I'm really, really drunk, and I can't get over it right now. Okay. But then Chelsea wanted to fix it, so that's where we kind of clashed, and we were like, no, it's not working. But then we laughed about it because then we both thought this is ridiculous.
And then we took loads of Snapchat.
And then we took loads of Snapchat, and we had a really great time. We were very good after that. We had a great time. And I kissed a 20-year-old boy. That's really fun. But anyway, I digress. But yes, so that was interesting in itself, because I did actually think at the, like, yeah, because you were just trying to solve the situation or trying to fix it. But at the same time, but how I was feeling was like,
only because you did look like an insane person, because you'd stopped looking through your bag at that point, and then you were just looking like on the floor, lifting up all of your shit that wasn't there.
Because then I was so inside my head, then I was like, I just want to find the gem.
You got totally lost.
Yeah, because then I was like, I just want to get the gem so that I now feel better about the fact that I wasn't just rifling through her bag.
To prove that you were
To prove that I wasn't just rifling through her bag.
I was like, I'll get you some more gems, Jo. I'll buy you some more gems. Don't worry about it.
I was like, I just needed something to make that situation better, because I just felt so awful about it. Anyway, then we just got more drunk to forget about it, and it was fine. And then we did.
That's it's a handy solution for me.
Yeah, exactly. But that was
Yeah.
just interesting. It was interesting how, like, that's where we clashed. Yeah.
Well, yeah. And were you thinking? I mean, if you were to go back and go, oh, what was I thinking, or what was the reason? Was it because I'm curious? Was it multi-reason, or was it just sort of like I'm trying, I'm trying to solve it, or you also
because you were getting more and more pissed off, and like normally in any other circumstance, which is why I find it weird. You'd find it really funny that when she came in, you were looking through her shit, and when you went the other way, I was like, what?
I was devastated.
You were so upset. I was like, stop. I was like, you are being silly.
Yeah.
You are being really, really silly. You need to stop it. You're like, no!
And then you were like, oh, you need to message her. And I was like, but no, okay, well, it's a thing then if I have to message you. Like, you really need to message her and tell her that you weren't wiping through her bag. And I was like, no, this is so embarrassing. So then I had to message her and be like, I'm really sorry that looks really bad. Oh, it was just awful. Yeah, I know I'm quite, like, an unconventional person, but that, I guess, is where I have my values.
the bad sitcom.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, how am I going to explain this? I'm like, I've got you come in and...
No, literally everything was out on the table. Money, everything.
All of that stuff was out. Like, there was out.
Your face was like in the past. You're like, oh, right.
I know, this is probably going to go back to my value. And like, I thought that looked so awful and the thought of someone, like, I don't mind if someone thinks I'm an idiot or this or that, but for someone to think I'm a thief or that I have any bad intention killed me.
But she would have seen her
bag,
there was nothing missing, and you weren't.
I knew that, and I obviously said, like, I know she's going to look through it and she'll know that there's nothing there, but it didn't stop. That's the way it looked, and it killed me that I looked like a full-on thief. I was like, she made friends with this girl, and then I was like,
yeah, that was fine though. The mental person part was fine.
Yeah,
that's what I didn't care. I felt just devastated that she would think that. Even for a second, or that like she would be suspicious of me. Like even the thought of her being suspicious of me, like even if she was to find everything was fine, the thought of her feeling suspicious of me just felt horrendous. And that's why I wanted to find the gem, so I could be like, oh, here's the gem.
This is what I was looking for.
That's what I was looking for. But anyway, so that is why. But it's really funny because there were so many traits of the personality that you described came out in a really drunken mess of a situation. Yeah,
that's it.
But yeah, so yeah, I thought it was funny because but that was something I couldn't because I didn't want, because it was someone I only just met her, but like,
you want to be friends with her.
I want to be like, yeah, I just made friends with her, and I don't want her to think in any sort of bad, malicious parts of me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it's very interesting.
And Chelsea, and you said you were surprised by her reaction when she was getting where it was just like
Yeah,
ha
it's
ha
just
ha,
not
and all of a sudden like.
Well, no, it was just so
Dramatic.
not you. Like, I think the next morning, I was like, do you remember when you were looking through her bag? And we laughed
We laughed so hard.
Because that was the reaction I was expecting to get from you. But when it was the other way,
it was intense.
And I was like, do you want to just go? Should we just go home? Because you're obviously a mental...
But I had it
Was that it? Were you, in your estimation, or like, a few steps further, we need to stretch her? Like, we need to...
It's just that
She kept saying, you're being mental. I was like, stop it. And then I was getting more upset because I was like, she's going to be mental. But she's like, you're being mental. And
but you know, in the past, when you have been being mental, and I've said to you, Jo, you're being mental, you said it's what you needed to get you out of it and stop you being mental.
Yeah,
because I make you go, that's a stupid thing that you're saying.
Totally.